Okay, so we've had a good chat there about what the business offers and how easy it is for the customer as the services you provide, and basically the complete package for a customer.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah.
We just want to make life as easy as possible for the customer, and that's why we get repeat business, because they'd rather use us than 10 different merchants to get their stuff. They can get it all in one place.
Yeah. Brilliant. So obviously, anyone that's watching this here in the UK, in England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, what areas do you cover, and how easy is it for them to receive the products that they've ordered?
Yeah, I mean, we basically cover the whole of the UK. We can cover parts of Ireland, Northern Ireland, but inland UK is good for us. Easy for us. We have several merchants set up across the whole of the UK, and not just national merchants as well. For example, we had a good customer of ours who had a large job in Wales a few weeks ago. We knew that they were going to be working in that neck of the woods for quite a few weeks, so we had our national merchants to help support us in that area. But we also set up merchants and accounts with merchants that were more local to the area, with more price determined on products that were needed for that area. So bricks that were being used in that particular area would be more likely to be a local merchant and things like that. So if you're working in an area, we will be able to support you. We've also just landed a large job with a client of ours working in Guernsey as well. Okay. So we've set up merchants on Guernsey to be able to support them in those projects as well. I wish we did France, because I'm getting a lot of work done on the house in France, and it's hard to get anything done there.
Is it?
Yeah, I really struggle with it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe that's the next step. Maybe
maybe
Europe is the next step, but let's walk before we can run on that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but if it's a service they don't offer, then there's an open market there for you potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a language barrier involved, but yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah. We mentioned before about how there's a big push for things to be more eco-friendly. That's across the board. It's not just in the construction industry. It's completely across all aspects of life.
Absolutely,
isn't it? So how do you think this has impacted the industry? And obviously, it's something that the KayeCo's getting on board with and supporting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's one of those things where I think Great Britain as a whole is doing quite a lot in all industries to become net zero, as they call it, and emissions free and eco-friendly products. And the building industry is definitely not stepping away from any of that in any manner of means. So we're constantly working with suppliers to try and get more eco-friendly product. The issue is, as always, and I don't blame anyone for this, but a builder or an end user building a house is always going to go for the pass of least resistance. So if there is a product that's cheaper, they will tend to go for a cheaper product. Eco products don't always tend to come out as cheap as something that's been on a shelf and been selling off a shelf for years and years and years. And the other problem is, like anyone in any industry, a builder will tend to go with what they know as opposed to something new. And that makes it hard work as well to re-educate people. But the industry is changing, and things like gas boilers are going out, and solar panels are coming in, and air source heat pumps, ground pumps. These are all items that are becoming more and more ready, available, easier to fit, and there's government grants to support people to be able to put these products in their house now as well, which makes it really more appealing for builders and end users to say, well, you know what, if the government are going to pay for some of this, then we're happy to use that product as well, to support it. My advice to anyone building or having a house built would be jump on board any of those government grants as quickly as you can. Things like air source heat pumps are offering large amounts to support having those products put in people's houses. They're good options. They're generally cheaper to run, and you're getting the government support to be able to put those products in your house. Because one day you're not going to be able to use the old standard of gas combi boilers and oil source boilers. So everything's coming. It just takes time to happen. But we like to try and get on board with those new products as quickly as we can. Things like the cesspits and how they're biodegradable and break down the enzymes as they're going along. We do a lot of business with those guys. It's a product that we're passionate about, and we want to make sure that we're trying to offer as many eco-friendly products as we can. But at the same time, we realise there is obviously a higher demand for some products that aren't eco-friendly. But as long as we can give those options to everyone, then we've done our bit and educating people on where the future's going.
Yeah. Would you say it depends on, say, the location of the build or the type of build it is, that an eco product, because of the way it works, might fit better in one location than another one?
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes you're literally tied into what you can use as opposed to what you want to use. If you're doing a renovation on a house which is 100 years old or older, you're having to work with similar products to what they were using in the 1800s or the early 1900s, or even later if the house is very old. And you're tied into what you're allowed to do from a legal point of view, and what you have to use to match existing products. And it's not always easy to get things like houses well insulated that are old, let alone using eco-friendly products. But if you're building a new house, as most builders will tell you, the options to be able to get things like the correct eco-friendly heating systems, insulation, solar energy, are a lot cheaper to put those products into a new build than to upgrade to those products at a later date. So yeah, if I was doing a new build, I would put them in from day dot, because the cost overall on the whole project, those items are not going to be a massive cost for you, but will save you or the end user a lot of time, and being eco-friendly at the same time as well.
Yeah. I mean, would you say so? For example, if you had a listed building, some kind of maybe contradiction. For example, obviously the councils, the authorities want you to keep it as it is, structurally and integrity that wise, but then you can't necessarily get what they want from an ecological point of view into that property.
That is the hardest ones to go on. There are options out there, and without getting into the nitty-gritty of individual projects, it's difficult to give an example on as a wider spectrum of just a general way of doing older listed buildings. But there are ways of getting around things. Sometimes you'll find it's actually more beneficial to you. You are still allowed to look down the solar energy route on older buildings. It depends on the location and what the local council say and everything else, but I would definitely look into it. I wouldn't rule out using money efficient and eco-friendly products on any building. Just do your research on it would be my advice to anyone. Really. And we can do that research for you as well. That's something we can do. If you're looking at doing a buy to build or a buy to refurb project, and you're saying, look, I need to know what I can use and what I can't use, send us the drawings, find out where your council is. We can ask those questions. That's the service that we can provide for you.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, it's good to know. I'm sure for a lot of the viewers as well.
Yeah,
everything
absolutely.
covers, basically.
Yeah, we try to make sure that there's nothing that a builder would need to find anywhere else. We can help you with your office support as well as your buying support.